WWDC to talk about today. Ah. Welcome guys to the recap of WWDC 2018. This year in WWDC, there haven't been any hardware announcements because last year we had some announcements on the HomePod, but this year there have been tons and tons of software announcements. And these updates are basically categorized in platforms, so we have the iOS, macOS, WatchOS, TvOS, and augmented reality. Let's take a look at some of those features. Let's start with iOS. So the new iOS 12, has been expected to get a major performance boost. So we're talking faster animations, faster app loading time, faster camera loading times. So overall a more responsive UI. And to top it off with a more cleaner UI, we have group notifications. So this is a long-lasting feature in Android and a well-awaited feature on iOS. And now it's finally here. So to have a more cleaner UI, it actually stacks all the notifications from the same app. So instead of cluttering all with so many notifications and notification drawer. And then we have group FaceTime. You can now group FaceTime with up to 32 people. So yeah, now that's the thing. And based on who is talking, that person actually moves around in the screen and gets larger and smaller based on who's talking. And then we also have Siri shortcuts. So this is basically macros from Androids. You could actually do this on Android with applications like MacroDroid, Tasker, and Automate. So what this does in iOS is with a trigger phrase in Siri, and actually runs through a string of commands. So the example Apple did for this was they said heading home, and the iPhone automatically turned on a Spotify playlist in your car. It messaged your roommate that you're coming home with also ETA, and it set the temperature of your house to a certain degrees and so on. So you can actually customize it more. You can add some new features to it. You can block some features too, and so yeah. So the string of commands is, you can choose from the string of commands. It actually gives you an emoji. Yep. So the new Animoji has tongue detection, eye tracking, and some new avatars to play around with, like the T-Rex, cheetah, and etc. And then there's also, they introduced Memoji. So what this is a custom avatar of yourself. So it's basically Samsung's AR emoji, but better. So Samsung's AR emoji did a custom avatar of yourself based on only the front camera, so it was kind of sloppy, but it did it based on a picture. iPhone, on the other hand, is going to let you do it on your own without the picture. So basically you can spend a lot of time getting the details just right on your own avatar. So yeah, and the eye tracking movements are really impressive. So you can actually move your eyes without actually turning your head. It's really impressive. I really want to check it out. And then we have some extra features like the Photos app on iOS 12 has been updated to recognize objects. So now if you search cars, it actually shows you all the photos in which there are cars in the photos. So you can search dogs, cats, cars, boats. So yeah, there's object recognition. This was one thing Google Photos had, which I actually used a lot. So yeah, I'm kind of happy it's also on iOS now. And then there are a few major bonus features like the CarPlay now supports more third-party applications, and we have better Spotlight results, so they are more relevant to you now. And we have app usage times. So this is a feature which actually tells you how much time you use on a particular app. So you can actually cut down your usage on that app, or you can actually increase your usage on that app if it's more educative, or if you want to just use it more. So yeah, that's kind of everything for the new iOS. And then we have the macOS Mojave, and this is the OS I'm actually the most excited for, thanks to its integration of dark mode. So now the dark mode not just darkens out the menus, but it also darkens out the dock, the status bar, the icons, everything is screen. And to maintain that gorgeous darkness through the screen, you can also now adjust dynamic wallpapers, which actually changes your wallpapers depending on what time of the day it is. So yeah, it's actually a pretty sweet feature, and I'm really looking forward for dark mode, and I really hope at least the public beta comes out soon. So stay tuned if you want to actually see a overview of macOS Mojave's public beta. And then we also and then it's the 10th anniversary of App Store, so it's going to receive a completely new redesign, App Store 2.0. I'm looking forward for that too. And then there are some other features like desktop stacks. So what this does is basically, if you have a cluttered desktop, it can actually sort out your desktop by file types, file names, file dimensions, and etc. So if you have a cluttered desktop, it actually can sort your desktop out really good. And then now with just a few extra lines of coding, developers can actually port iOS apps to macOS, which is actually pretty good if you think about it. This can be the future era of applications, a crossover between everything. So someone actually creates an app for one platform and the people in the other platforms can use it too. It's actually pretty cool. This was something Chromebooks had it going for, since you could actually download apps from Google Play Store on the Chromebooks. And I'm actually really happy that now you can actually port apps from iOS to macOS. And Apple did this also by porting the home application from iOS, news applications, stock apps, and also the voice memos, all from iOS. So it is actually indicating us the path to the future where all platforms can run same applications. So yeah, that's kind of all the new features in macOS, but stay tuned if you want to see the overview of macOS Mojave's public beta, which is coming soon. So stay tuned if you want to see a video on that. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. I really hope that the dark mode feature from macOS also creeps its way towards iOS. Now that actually iPhone X can benefit from it, since it has an OLED display, and black pixels on the OLED display can significantly improve your screen on time. So I really hope that they actually integrate black mode in iOS, and I'm really looking forward for that too. And it not just improves your battery life, it also looks really cool. And then we have WatchOS 5. Actually pretty sweet features in there. Like now you can actually compete with your friends if you're interested in that kind of things. There's the auto workout detection, which I'm actually surprised wasn't already there on Apple Watch, because I come from a Fitbit, so it's kind of essential for me to have auto workout detection. Because if I take a stroll in a park, I actually know that I walked for 30 hours and I walked for 30 kilometers, and it gives me all the statistics. And I can't believe it wasn't there on Apple Watch, but hey, it's there now, so what am I to complain about? And then we have the podcasts app. So now we can actually listen to podcasts directly from your watch. And then this is actually pretty cool. Normally to use Siri in your Apple Watch, you had to raise your Apple Watch, say hey Siri, and then talk to it. Now all you have to do is just raise your Apple Watch and start talking, which is actually pretty cool, but it may impact the battery life, but I'm not sure how Apple's going to optimize this OS. So yeah, I'm looking forward for that too. And then there's the feature called walkie-talkie. I do not see myself using this feature, not at all. I do not want to be interrupted by someone when I'm in the middle of something, and someone who's not seeing me doesn't know if I'm busy or not. So unintentionally, they can actually interrupt me when I'm in the middle of something maybe important. And not to talk about the people who can actually see me and want to do it just for the joke, because believe me guys, it happens a lot. It really happens, just to embarrass you in front of everybody when you're doing something important, or when you're giving a press conference or something like that. So yeah, but feel free to comment down below if you think you'll be using the walkie-talkie feature. And then we have the tvOS. Well, the tvOS hasn't had a big update, but it has some pretty cool features like the Dolby Atmos integration for better audio and video support. It has some new live news and sports channels. It has pretty dope new screensavers like from China, Greenland, and even from the International Space Station. So I'm really looking forward for that one. And it also has lots of new contents in 4K HDR from applications like Amazon Prime Video, Netflix, and etc. But unfortunately, it does not support 4K HDR in YouTube. and I really hope it does in the future, because that's where I consume most of my videos. I also see lots of videos in YouTube, and I would really like it to have 4K HDR. So yeah, that's about it for tvOS. It is not a big update, but yeah, it should do. The new screensavers are pretty dope. I'm really looking forward to see one of those. And then let's talk about the kingpin, augmented reality. I have a feeling that Apple actually invested a lot of time and money on augmented reality, because they partnered up with Pixar and actually created a new file format, .usdz, which is already supported by Adobe Creative Cloud. So yeah, I think it's actually a pretty big project, and I'm actually looking forward to see what this project can actually give me. And then we have a new measure app thanks to AR. Now, how many times just to measure something, especially if it's long, you have to take a measure tape, have someone hold the other side of it so that it doesn't slip out, and measure the object. It's kind of a long process. Now, all you have to do, thanks to AR, is take your phone out of your pocket, point at the start of the object, and just scroll your phone till the end of the object. And using AR, the phone can actually detect how tall or how long the object actually is. This is actually a pretty useful feature, and I'm really looking forward for that. And then you have probably heard of gaming in VR. That's also gaming in AR now. So Apple demonstrated this using a game like Angry Birds. So it was just a slingshot game where you were given an iPad and you had to point at an empty table, running around the table to actually knock out enemy towers, which wasn't actually present. You could actually see those in the iPad. And this had to actually sync between the two devices because it was actually multiplayer. And they should see the same thing but from a different angle. So same object, same animations at the same time from two different angles. That is really cool. So that's kind of a syncing process going on, and you can play. That's really pretty cool. If you think about it, it's actually revolutionary. And And then there was a demonstration from Lego. So they basically placed the Lego house, and then they pointed their phone at it, and you could actually see people entering and exiting the house, walking around the house, and if you actually click someone, you could actually interact with them.
Let's see what happens when I click on this. Oh, that doesn't look too good. Anders, we've got a situation. I'm going to need your help over here.
Okay. I've got a fire truck.
So as you saw in that footage there, so he actually interacted with the person in the AR. So as soon as he clicked it, the baker took some kind of cake and it burnt, and the whole building was on fire. So you can actually interact with virtual objects. That's actually pretty dope. And yeah, that's kind of about it for Augmented. Yeah. Okay guys, so that is the recap of WWDC 2018. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you did, do not forget to leave a like on my video and also subscribe to my channel. And if you want to see other of my videos, feel free to click here. Thank you guys, see you guys in the next one. Talk to you guys later.